Happy Black History Month, everyone. It's Danielle. We're back again with Q Ellen. Let's get into it.
Do it all in bold, bold, big letters, cause I'm bold, bold. On the map, run the globe, globe. Yeah, we putting on a show. Everybody gonna know I'ma do it all in bold, bold, bold. Yeah, you don't need to zoom in. I'ma do it all in bold.
Hey Q, nice to see you.
Hey, good to see
It's
you
been a while.
too. Yeah, I know. Hey, it's been a long time. Yep, a lot
So
of years.
introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Quentin Allen. I go by Q. That's what everybody knows me by. From St. Louis, Missouri. I was born and raised there. Came to Minnesota back in 2002 for college. Went to college up in Virginia, Minnesota.
Okay.
And went to junior college there. Played football. And then I transferred down to Mankato where I got my undergrad and my master's. From there, my journey, I came to the cities afterwards and I worked with children. I was an advisor at a charter school in West St. Paul.
Okay.
That was a fun experience, work with what they call as at-risk kids, kids that were kind of going through some tough times, kind of similar to my upbringing. So I had a lot to relate to with those folks. It was a good experience. I did that for 2 years. And while I was working there, my girlfriend at the time, her car broke down. So we looked shopping for a car, you know how that goes. And we bought a car from Buick GMC here in Bloomington. And that's how I learned about Walser. And talking to my salesman, he was like, man, you should come over here and try it. You seem like you got a good personality, you'd be good at it, this and that. So, I kind of him how I thought about it for a while. And this was more around, I think it was like around November timeframe. And then I started with Walser. I got hired in December, started in January of 2011. And yeah, so from there, it was just came on and hit the ground running. I kind of grew up in this business, and learned out who I am and what I enjoy doing. Part of my role here, I work at Walser Toyota right now, and I'm a buyer. So I buy vehicles for my service department. So I really enjoy helping people. That's for one. That's why I like this business. And I'm able to help people in tough situations in service, right? So they come here to get their car serviced. A lot of situations I'm dealing with is people that they have a repair bill that they didn't expect to have to come in and pay.
Right.
And now they're like, okay, we don't have the money for this, or we don't want to do this. We would rather do this. So then I kind of talk to them about that situation and figure it out.
So now you're a buyer.
Yep.
How did you start at Walser? What was your career path leading up to being a buyer?
Yeah, so when I started in sales, my goal right away, I'm not gonna be in sales long. I wanna be a manager.
Right.
And so I did that. So I sold for about 1 year and 3 months, and then I became a manager. I actually started a Toyota dealership, and then I went to Subaru in Burnsville, and I was there as a manager. So I did that for about 3 years or so. And I tried a little stint. I went to Mazda as a used car manager for a little bit. It wasn't the right situation for me at the time. So I went back to Toyota as a manager, and I was there for about another 3 years or so. And then I went back to Subaru from there as a manager.
Looking back at your career, what's one moment that you're really proud of?
I'm really proud of my accomplishments with Walser. Every year in every situation I've been in managing with Walser, I've been one of the top. If not one, I've been two.
Okay.
Since I've been a manager with Walser. I really take pride in, building, developing people. Just being that guy. I want to be that go-to guy, not just for the people that work underneath me, but also my peers. I want to be the person that they go to and ask for guidance and help and whatnot. So, those are some of the things that I took pride in. As long as I work here, I see so many people come through, and
Right.
I'm just super proud of what I've done and with that. It's one of those things my mom instilled in me.
Yeah.
Take pride in in helping people. Don't be too proud to get help yourself. So
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
I definitely agree with the fact that we've been here probably 10 plus years. We've seen people come from lot techs to people
Yeah.
being sales managers right now.
100%.
So
Yes.
it's very proud mom moment.
Yep.
'Cause I'm like,
100%.
"Dang, you really did that."
Yes.
So,
I
yeah.
really do. I look back on that and I'm just like, man, it's a lot of people in like the places that people are nowadays, even if they're not even at Walser anymore.
Yeah.
They're just,
They're
the place.
thriving.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You had a hand in there. It's like, you said, proud parent.
So what does success look like to you?
Well, success for me is, first of all, being happy. Not just me, just people around me. I'm a big people pleaser, you know, and I like people to like me.
Yeah. Most salespeople are
Yeah,
people
you know,
pleasers.
yeah, that's just, you know, that's just one of those deals. I've always been that way. I always want to bring people together and have a positive environment. That's what I kind of strive for. And like I said, as I've learned over the years and gotten better as a person, you know, that I really push for that.
If you could go back and talk to your younger self when you're starting out in your career, what would you tell yourself?
But like being 41 years old, you know, I feel like me personally, I feel like I am late to the party as far as learning the things I've learned, but I would go back and tell myself, just be patient. Just be patient, listen to the thoughts in your head, digest it, and then react and respond accordingly with the plan. With the plan. So that's the biggest thing. Because a lot of things I've done, you know, in the past were a reaction. Yeah, it was a quick reaction to something I felt that didn't go right, and you know, it should have went a certain way. What I felt. The other thing is too, I feel like if something doesn't go my way, take time to understand it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest thing right now. It's like, why didn't that go there? Okay, well, let me understand where that person was coming from.
Yeah, their perspective.
Yeah, like, right, exactly. This perspective is huge in a lot of situations on why people respond the way they are, you know, or do the things they do. So, yeah, that's.
Well, you don't look a day over 35.
I appreciate it. My beard wouldn't say that.
So February is Black History Month. Is there a particular person that inspires you in your career?
Yeah, so, you know, one of those cliche ones that everybody knows, right? Dr. Martin Luther King,
Yes.
you know, kind of how he stood ground, and, you know, I have a dream speech, you know, I still live by that in a way, you know. This month, you know, people talk about it a lot, February, you know, being the month for Black
Right.
History. I struggle with that a little bit. The reason I struggle with that is because I don't want just a month. I want to talk about it forever. I want
Right.
to talk about it every month, you know, and that's for any history. I think that there shouldn't be just a month. That should
Right.
be just, you know, just history and just in general. And that's for all strides of life. That's kind of how I view that. But if I do appreciate that the fact that it is being, you know, celebrated and that it is being taught even in our schools, because that right there brings that conversation with the kids. So my son, he's 11, so he's in 5th grade right now, and every month this comes up, every year, I should say, every year that this comes up, he comes home and he asks questions. I love it.
Yep.
Because it drives that conversation, right? It's like, and we could talk about those things and build on it. Okay, how you view that, you know? What do you want to stand for? You know, it kind of brings that conversation on. So, yeah, I do like that.
Yeah,
Do
it's a
like that,
teachable moment. Sometimes they come home knowing more than we do.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
How important is community to you?
Community is what shapes people in
Yeah.
a lot of ways. It's kind of a fallback in a way. For me, where I come from, I'm from like I said, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So it's known as one of the most violent cities that there is. It was hard. It was just hard to live in that environment, right? Every day. And it created some rifts. It created, you know, things being hard, harder than they need to be on a day-to-day, you know, going to school every day. As a younger kid in my community, it was tough for me. So what my mom actually did, and I think what helps me now to this day, is we had a program that's called DSED. So it's desegregation. So basically what happened was they would bus inner city kids out to suburban schools, and we would have the opportunity to, you know, get better education. And I do believe that did help me over time. I've learned, I got some lifelong friends that I still talk to this day, that I learned in 3rd grade is when I, you know, made that transition. And it's helped me in all aspects of life. So yeah, my community is expanded.
Earlier, you said something about before you worked in sales, you were a teacher, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What other things do you do to give back to your community?
Yeah, so coaching is what I do. So I used to coach at Minnesota State, and then I coached at high school at a school called Simley High School, and then I coached at Cooper High School. Both are very different. One is bigger than the other. One is more towards the inner city, and the other one is in the suburban school. So coaching football and basketball at the high school level was, and teaching was my way of giving back. I I really wanted to look, because that generation is where you can make the biggest impact. I
Yeah.
feel like the next generation coming up, I should say. My coaching has helped me with my career path in the community here, because of how I coach my teammates, and how I develop people through that. It's very, very similar to how I coach sports.
So what's something that you would want people outside of the Black community to understand about your experience?
First of all, we're not what you see on TV. We're not what you hear about on the news. We're not what you hear about even on the day-to-day, or maybe your single interaction with someone who may look like me.
Yeah.
I want you to, get out of your own way and find out who people are for who they are, not for what the color of their skin or where they live, or
Yeah.
or what their economic situation
Or what they're
may
wearing.
be. Yeah, right. Or what they're marrying. I want people to just learn from each other.
Yeah.
My experience is different, even from the same guy that lives on the same block as me. It's just my experience personally. Just understand that, hey, I'm a kind-hearted person. I'm a strong believer in bringing everybody along, keeping everybody together, and that's just what I enjoy doing. I think seeing people smile on a day-to-day is a huge thing. One of my goals that I have for myself is be the first Black GM. I know we've had some minority GMs or whatnot, but I wanted to be the first Black GM, and that
Yeah.
was a big goal that I had for myself. I think what that does, though, for people that look like me, is it's a big goal, big accomplishment. That, hey, they look at it as, hey, that could be me. I have something to strive for. The goals changed a little bit for me in that aspect, because at this point in my life, my focus is just, be available for my family. I want to
Yeah.
be the best employee I can be the best person I can be the best dad and husband I can be, and that's just, time-wise, it wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
So that's why the goal has changed for me a little bit right now. I wouldn't say that that's not a goal that I want to accomplish later in life when my kids have grown up a little bit more, because I still do have aspirations to be a GM. I think I'll be a great GM just because of, I think as a GM like you, the biggest thing is connecting with people, being able to train your team so it flows and runs. I've had a lot of great GMs I work for, and work for now, and I take a lot of things from those people, and that's one of those things, right? Being able to connect with your staff, building your team, that's huge, and that's one of my strengths. I feel that.
I would get so many insurance quotes from your store.
Yeah, right.
Send everyone
So,
to Danielle.
definitely.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
It was fun. I had fun catching up.
Yeah, it was a nice chat.
It was great. 100%. I enjoyed it.
I hope I see you around more.
Yeah.
Do it all in.